Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We're in Torzag Shelter today. We were in Salem. We had just finished checking on our salt mining outpost. A lot has happened since then. Nothing interesting. Well, nothing interesting to watch anyway. I farmed 50 spectral residue from the Temple of Sleepers. I'll show you here so you know I'm not lying. Spectral residue, 53. I've also hauled 121 iron to the realm gate at the crossroads here. We were there relatively recently, a day ago. I need 31 more iron to be able to complete the realm gate upgrade. So we need 31 more iron, but while we're waiting for our astrolabe to recharge, I thought it would be kind of fun to come down to the Twin Towers, drop off Halfrey, what's his name? Our companion's cousin? Halfrey. Okay, I remember some things sometimes. Drop him off, and then come back, and maybe try to get to Caravan, because I realized that was the fourth corner that I couldn't remember where it was. There's this one out here, the Hills of Talion, and then the Howling City, which is unfortunate because we had to go there once upon a time for the Discord, source of Discord too. If we're feeling real rowdy, we could try to go to Tectum Kelvar and fight all the ghouls there. But we'll see how it's going. We got to rest right now. Exchange for news. Just do some normal resting, get some vigor back. Hey, you want to go to Kernak? Sure. I'm headed that way. I haven't been down to the south side of the map in a very long time. But yeah, we have 23 days worth of supplies. We're set. Let's get that last vigor point back. Following the road. And basically my plan is we're gonna hit the Twin Towers and then go follow the coast, drop off Halfrey, and then come right on back. Hopefully nothing goes awry. In the meantime, takes exceptional willpower to block out the voices. Drop those people off. Turn this thing in. What you guys got? Copper? That's strange. You want me to smuggle some stuff into Torzag Shelter in 8 days. We probably don't have the time to do that. So, I'm not going to buy supplies here. Supplies in Kernak are probably the most expensive supplies in the game. Let's rest up. And I'm actually going to camp outside the city just so we can get our morale and obedience back up. Because otherwise we would have had to pay to do that. I think we'll force march today. Get some boost out of it. And then we'll rest right here. We'll spend a half day getting to Twin Towers to drop off our thing. Or two things, I should say. You have cheap supplies, though. Let's snag those. And then do you have anything to take back? Not really. I'm not going to take this stuff all the way to Avernum. That's quite the ask. Got 20 rep with the Church of Sergorod, though. That's pretty nice. 0 rep with House Darius. How dare you? Stay on full guarding. Let's see how many days it takes us to get to where Halfrey needs to go. So that's 1. 1 day. How close are we? We got a ways to go. It's probably going to be like a week to get out and then back. I'm just like hoping for one of those random vigor boosts. What on earth is this? I've never seen this demon before in my life. There's 9 of them. They're very weak. What the heck is this? I gotta fight them just to see what they are. We don't need to makeshift barricade, but we are gonna cut. They have no leaders. they're a blind mass. I gotta see this. What the frick? What are these monsters? They're horrifying. I thought they were plants. They're demon worms. Holy cow. Shoot with impunity. A Groofta. What in the heck is this monster? It's like a lamprey eel. Or a tapeworm? They're hard to hit, apparently. They have 33 evasion. Incoming peristaltic lung? Burn them. Nadir, burn them all. Incoming. Oh, lunge. Okay, not lung. Peristaltic lunge. I have no idea what that word means. Peristaltic. Good dodge. Well done, Elani. And then they shift around. So apparently they can't attack from the back, which is good to know. Buff yourself, sir. Just shoot the front one again, I guess. And then burn them? Oops. Oh, good crit on the one. Ouch. They don't do much damage. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. 3 is not insignificant if we keep getting hit, but 9 damage is good. Stop missing. Oh, that worked out. Kill the one in front of you. Thank you. All right, 1 down. The Kreefta is just like one of the most consistent characters in the game. Barely misses. Great accuracy. Really good chance to crit. What a monster. I've never seen the like of that in this game. Critical success. Enemy destroyed. Destroyed with impunity. What a horrible thing. Oh, here we go. It's even labeled. All right, that was like day 3 out from the Twin Towers, I think. I'm guessing this is the deserted cove there. So day 3, this is like day 5 now. So yeah, it's like a 10-day journey to the deserted cove and back. What is this? A statue of a broken woman? At the edge of the swamp in the northernmost point of a small cove constantly beset by fog are a pair of wooden piers submerged in the murky waters. A dilapidated cottage stands nearby, covered in moss and half sunk in mud. There's nothing here but mosquitoes. Look around. The hovel is empty, save for vermin and broken furniture. The whole area is barely traversable because the mud hides patches of quagmire and the mist covers everything farther than a stone's throw. Is this not where we're supposed to leave him? Take Joffrey to Mar Garad. Is this a completely different place? It is! What the hell is the deserted cove? Well, I've been cheapened, or not cheapened. I've been had. They bamboozled me. Gotta go around now. Huh. I have no idea where to go. I guess we'll send our people out to forage and whatnot. Oh, you. It's gotta be on the coast though, right? Because he said coast. I would be bamboozled if they were like, it's actually slightly in from the coast. Thank you. This is as good a place as any. Joffrey, I don't remember what voice I was using for Joffrey, says when he sees the mist-covered shore, the moors and the muddy waterbank. You couldn't have used that deserted cove from before? More importantly, the hills here allow Skornar to build a shelter for him safely. Of course, it would all go much faster if your crew helped out, but it might still take a few days. Give the order to proceed. Now, is this the one that automatically makes him leave the party, or does that happen later? Building a large cottage and a shed for tools and a roof for the workshop from the meager wood found around this forsaken place is back-breaking, sweaty work. Skornar leads the effort, of course, chopping, hauling, heaving, building, and singing, while Hoffrey mostly reclines in one of your carts, still weak from the salt sickness. It is completed in a few hours. That's pretty fast. Hoffrey leaves the Comitatus. We must visit him at his camp and talk to him about building a boat. Like now? We're here. Do I have to leave and then come back? Sure do. Discuss the boat Hoffrey intends to build. It's a little annoying I had to waste 8 movement to do that. A ship, Hoffrey says casually, but even mentioning it brings a glint into his eyes that you haven't seen until now. Aye, Skornar says supportively. One that'll take us home, him and I. And, we'll need your help with that, my friend. This place might have a shore and some twisted trees, but we'll need much more than that. Timber for the hull and mast. Hoffrey begins to list the things on his gnarly fingers. Linen for the sails, iron for the nails and rivets. Supplies, too, Skornar adds. And, well, some beer. We have to drink something, eh? Drinking seawater makes sailors go insane. Everyone knows that. Don't drink seawater. That makes everybody go insane. Afterwards, you spend some time assessing quantities. You have your work cut out for you for sure. 2 stacks of timber, 4 stacks of linen, 2 stacks of iron, 1 stack of mushroom beer, and 200 units of supplies. Easy enough. Is Skornar still here? He sure is. Good. All right. Can we upgrade Skornar now? Good question. Let's see. Where is he at? Here he is. I didn't want to talk to him. I wanted to assess his abilities. No! How is this possible? Or maybe, you know what? I bet we can upgrade him. We just don't have enough insight. This is like the first time I've been insight starved in a very long time. Alright, well, we dropped Hoffrey off. Good luck to you, sir. In the bog full of the demon tapeworms. We should definitely be force marching out of here. At least for a little ways. Man, that's a hell of a journey. It takes we had 24 days worth of supplies, and we've eaten through almost 10 of them. Or no, 11 of them. Part of it is like the distances you can travel in a day don't line up perfectly with the 4 and 4. Part of the problem, and I realize this now, is I probably shouldn't have force marched because it kicked our vigor down below the threshold to get 12 movement points. And the 12 would have been helpful in that space there. We got a little more supplies. We can probably pick some up at the Twin Towers again. A group of Bone Lords. Just give them some, yeah, 1 Osculite charm. Be gone. And I won. I waved, I don't know what the Osculite charms look like, but I really like the idea that maybe they just look like, you know, a haunted doll. You're just waving them around at the undead, be like, be gone! You hiss at them. I'm missing 1 fighter. How did that happen? Who died? Alright, grab some more supplies. I think we should still attempt this run out to Caravan. If things start to get dicey, we can always shift down to 50% rations. I gotta remember to do that. We can still scavenge out here, surprisingly. Only if you succeed, but... How? It's getting worse! I kind of want to hold off on that then. And then let's force march it, because it's actually a decent amount of force marching today. Was that like... You remember that army squad we ran into out here like forever ago? Are they still out here? Could I make use of their services? Which I don't even know what those would be. Excuse me, I've run into something. The Comitatus struggles through one of the less welcoming parts of the jagged waste. There are no roads, just spiky, sharp, jagged rock walls, crisscrossing, forming saw-like ridges and ravines. Everything is pale yellow here, and the devastating power of the sun makes the trek really hard. Now you are trailing through a crevice in a single line. A sudden call arrives from the top. Someone seeks your attention. Hey, you dolts! That is a dead end you're going in. Are you lost, knuckleheads? The voice is really young. The boy is clad in a white burnous and waves at you joyfully. If you want, I can show you the way for a few changers. You'll just have a nice place to sleep. I do not trust this guy. Yeah, come down here though. Oh, we got +5 movement, sick. The boy knows the area pretty well. After plotting your course and leading you through a few gullies, he proves his worth. Then he turns to you. Vagrus, sir, can you take me with you? I can look for the way anywhere, and I wish to leave this place. Do you need people like me? We got a child? Yeah, come along. We gained a scout. Okay, I thought he was gonna be like a passive buff. I feel bad now, because if I ever lose a scout, or he gets eaten by like a monster, that means I let a small child get eaten. All right, let's downshift to 50% now. Because we're coming up on the city here. And we're going to have to blast our way out of here. Pretty hardcore. Yeah, stay on full. We'll bounce back and forth between 150. All right. That's right. I was like, what do you mean look for a dome with a winged creature? Dude, this seems like a good way to get yourself killed. To push your crew to the limit and reach the city's interior. It says I have a chance of success. I thought I had a looking glass. Do I not? I thought I did. Look for a dome with a winged creature. Euless told you not to go any closer because that would be suicide. However, the domes are a mere dull glint in the dusty haze around the ruins. Do you have any way of spying on them? Arcane scrying could be the answer. Ooh, yes, Alani is here. Elf sight can aid you in this. Beyond the constant howling dust storm, the yellow glints reveal themselves to be golden domes and spikes crowning marble spires. It takes a few moments to find the statue on top of one of them because it is half hidden behind a crumbling tower. But once you catch a glimpse of it, you can make out what looks like a creature of legend, a hippogriff. Wings open wide, beaks screaming defiantly at the roiling skies. At its neck, huge gems, perhaps large pieces of colored glass, are embedded into the golden surface, twinkling in green and blue. The statue has seen better days, but still sits in splendor atop the dome. Nothing else seems to jump out at you about it, so after taking a good long look, you decide that you are done here. We gained some insight. That's fun. All right, back we go. We lost a fighter. Sorry, guy. That was the one guy I hired, too. He's like, why did I sign up for this? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think we'll bounce back and forth between the 50 and the 100%. And I think we should be able to make it work back to Torzag Shelter doing it that way. So we'll bounce back up to 100 now. And maybe we do pop into Tectum Kelvar real quick. Check it out. We only have 5 days worth of supplies. Explore the underground? Do we need movement to do this? We've done this before. Descend down the slope? All right, we're going to give it a try. We're taking the A squad. Let's see how well this go. The descent is treacherous. It's very high chance. I want to save as much of the, what is this? Resourcefulness or something as we possibly can. So, It's been a long time since we've done this, so I'll go ahead and read it. With your companions in tow, you begin to scale the natural ramp. About halfway through, the slope abruptly drops to a much steeper angle and its surface becomes noticeably unstable. After all, it was created by a landslide. Your party is almost there when it happens. One of your companions steps on a loose spot, slips and begins to slide downward with increasing speed, arms waving frantically. Another instinctively reaches out, only to be swept away. The result is a small rock slide engulfing the whole of the company. For a terrible moment, you start to tumble down as well, but then you find your balance at the last moment while pieces of rock cascade down around you. After catching your breath, you continue your descent with double caution. As you make it down to the level of the arch, you take a good look at your surroundings. One thing is for sure, getting back up the top will be much easier as the debris you've just dislodged piled up to a nice mound leading back up to the precipice. Turning around, you see the arch before you and beyond that, the tunnel. It hides a tall door cut into the rock surface. Its two heavy reliefed wings shattered in a gape. From the black rectangle that is the door, a chill and dry gush of air issues forth. We will step through the door. You find yourself in a medium-sized entrance hall, half of it caved in, its floor covered in pieces of collapsed wall and ceiling. Intact surfaces are decorated with murals and mosaics depicting prosperous cities and wheat fields under blue skies. Fragments of how the world must have looked like before the calamity. Originally, several exits lead from this hall to the rest of the complex, but now all of them are blocked up by debris, except for one left beyond, which you can make out through a dark corridor. As you approach it, there is a sudden noise, a series of quick slapping sounds, growing fainter by the second, as if someone or something was running away. Barefoot, straining your eyes, you try to spot what might have caused it, but you see nothing. Enter the corridor. After just a few steps, the corridor slopes downwards, leading deeper into the bowels of the earth. Set in the walls about eye level are small alcoves, all of them empty except for pieces of shattered earthenware. A bit further away, the corridor ends and you can see a narrow stairway with spiral steps leading into the depths. As you approach it, the doorway is suddenly not empty anymore. Three disfigured shapes emerge from beyond, stop for a moment, look at you, and then start to run towards you with erratic, grotesque leaps. You must defeat these horrors. We fought ghouls before. They get to move twice per every time I move, which kind of sucks. But if we can lock maybe this guy at the back, I don't think they can move if they're stuck at the back. Rats. They do have really high evasion as well. So, oh no. I always misclick where I put her ward. I gotta be a little careful, more careful with that than I normally am. Maybe try to end this guy. Oh, nice shot, Garrick. I'm kind of surprised he hit, but I'm not unhappy. Good block. That they always back up to do the leap forward. All right, one down. Let's reload. I don't think the smoke bomb would be as useful. Elani doing work, locking him in place, though. He ravenously bit me. Or attempted to. Good, good. Sidarius, finish this guy off. And then... I don't think he can move. Nice. That went pretty well. Now, it was just 3 of them. Wait till there's 6 of them on the other side. The fight is over and the creatures lie dead. Just what kind of abominations were they? A few paces away, something catches your eye amidst a pile of rubble. There is a faint but clear whiteness under the pebbles. Stooping down, you clear away the rubble and find an exquisite statuette carved of marble. An art piece from before the calamity. Not a bad find, so the rumors of Tectum Kelvar's buried treasures might be true after all. The way down the stairs is open now. We will descend down. We got a marble statuette. The stairs wind down for quite a long time, maybe for a minute or even 2. Suddenly you hear an ominous sound, a kind of throaty snarl. Through a gap in the stairway's wall, you spot several small dots of light, eyes gleaming in the darkness, and then a feral hiss. Creatures with long limbs and snarling faces are upon you in an instant, jumping out of the gaps. Now there's 5 of them. Alright, try to lock this guy at the back. Rats, not what I wanted to see. That is good, though. Try to kill him, maybe? Oh, well done, team. The mangling leap is no good, but we will place this appropriately this time under all 3 of them. They shuffle around, but that's fine. Hey, stop smoking, Sidarius. Ah, boo. There we go. The evasion is rough. The tanks are doing well with the blocking and the dodging, and the misses are nice. I don't know what the difference between a miss and a block and a dodge are necessarily. I think they're all different stats. I talked a big game about Krifta, and now all of a sudden she's letting me down. I think the smoke bomb is worth it now. Try to debuff them a little bit. Thank God for Gorgoro's new armor. Super strong now. Alright, another one down. Every time we kill one is another set of actions removed from the pool. And we do want to keep... man, them attacking Eilani is no good, because she's the one of our two tanks that doesn't have an ability to regenerate health. I don't know how the AI works, but the AI certainly seems to focus fire on one character at a time, which, like, you know, makes sense tactically, but it is rough from a gameplay perspective to try and counter. Because, like, is this guy gonna attack Eilani twice in a row? He did. And then backed up. Okay. Let's try and kill him before he gets to attack her again. I might want to think about shuffling her around and having Garrick at the front, and then just trying to have her stun them. I should see if those guys are stunnable. You're victorious, but shiver at the thought of how many more of these horrors might lurk in the shadows of this forsaken place. Descending the stairs, you find a small antechamber into a larger room, the entrance of which is half obstructed by pieces of collapsed ceiling. So you end up clambering up under it on all fours to get inside. Unfortunately, one of you accidentally brushes the unstable walls, and with a grinding sound, pieces of loose brick, each about fist size, start to fall down on you and your companions. We succeeded, thankfully. Continue on. You manage to jump to safety, the bricks pelting down behind you. Luckily, the rubble doesn't obstruct the way back. You stand in a chamber supported by 4 pillars, amidst of which a block of marble stands. It is instantly recognizable from its reliefs and shapes as an altar. Stone benches line the walls, and on the floor you spot 2 iron wrought braziers toppled over. A single door opens from this room, opposite the antechamber from where you entered. Continue on. Beyond the door, you find another set of stairs that lead down to a huge semicircular room with a domed ceiling. On the opposite side are similar stairs, but impassable, blocked by debris. The center of the hall features a rectangular basin, now empty, but the main landmark is undoubtedly the huge pedestal that occupies the whole of the northern side. Steps lead up to where the wall is covered by lines of engraved writing. Is it some kind of memorial site? Before you could decide whether or not to explore this place further, one of your companions barks a warning. From underneath the stairs, a multitude of dark, nimbly moving shapes emerge in deadly silence and close up on you with an obvious intent. Alright, the 6 of them are here now. Eilani is in rough shape. I think I would like to have her at the back for a little bit. Maybe until we clear out some more of these. The evasion is rough. Oh, they immediately crit Garrick. They don't have thick skull. I can stun them. All right, throw down your wards. We need to start burning them to pieces. Garrick, you're not doing a great job of tanking, my man. Is their AI bugged in that they're always going to attack this front left square here, if they can? Good attack, sir. I wonder if I switch Gorgoro over there, would he suddenly take all of the aggro? Because, man, they're kicking the crap out of Garrick. He is down. Let's pick him up. Alright. You're dead. Good. 1 down. I thought that was a risky maneuver. Alright. Try to stun this guy. I gotta, like, try and clear the left side of the map out so they stop attacking Garrick. Yes, the crit. The other thing that's rough about fighting ghouls is that the frames, like, drop like rocks when you fight ghouls for whatever reason. Please kill him with your rune. You healed him, you absolute fool. Thank you for killing him, Sidarius. All right, now we're hitting like, okay, I had to speak. And now he's gonna bite Garrick. I knew it. I can pick him up one more time, I believe. Oh no, wait, I can't, because he's, I've only got that amount of resourcefulness. If only Nadir had hit with her attack. All right, the creatures fight viciously, but in the end, you manage to overcome them. You can only hope that there aren't any more of them stalking around and that you aren't in for any more nasty surprises. At least the hall below the dais seems empty. Walk into the hall. Oh, man. I do have just enough to boost this to a moderate chance of success. We will try. What is it? What is this even? History. I'm terrible at history. Can I boost my history stat real quick? I can't. Down here, the hall doesn't look much different than it did from the top of the stairs. Now you can see a mosaic at the bottom of the basin showing two graceful women in togas pouring water from svelte carafes. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest here, except for the blocks of writing on the wall beyond the dais. Yes! Yes! The surface upon which the inscription is engraved is full of cracks and parts of it are missing, lying scattered around in pieces on the floor. The parts that are readable are clearly an old imperial. You try to decipher it as much as you can, although you find it quite difficult. After a while, you are able to identify a multitude of words, long phrases, and even whole paragraphs. Much of what you don't understand instantly can be deduced from context. According to the date at the very top, the first lines were written when Tectum Kelvar was founded, and its first inhabitants moved in, just a short time before the calamity. These paragraphs beseech the gods for their blessings and express hope that Tectum Kelvar will endure and its citizens prosper in the dark depths of the earth. What follows is an account of the Vault City's history, rather uneventful and tedious, really, until you come to a passage which reads, "A strange ailment has befallen some of the citizens. First but a few, then with time more and more were affected. The council decreed them to be separated and held in quarantine in the hopes of preventing it from spreading. This apparently didn't work, and after some uninteresting passages, the sickness is mentioned again. This month, the council debated the suggestion to banish the afflicted to the outer caves as the quarantine does not appear to succeed in containing the ailment, which the common folk took to calling the hunger woe. The idea was dismissed by a few votes. There is unrest in the city, those who fear for their afflicted relatives and those who would rather see them exiled. However, the council cast aside its worries regarding food supplies for a good while, as the sick seem to have little to no need for nourishment. They claimed a constant hunger, yet will take no food, nor do they seem to waste away because of the lack of it. You read on, however unsettling the account becomes. For some time there is no mention of the mysterious disease, but when it appears again in the text, the paragraphs describing it become more and more frequent. The debate came up again. The council voted almost unanimously for the afflicted to be forced into the outer caves, which then shall be sealed off by a newly erected wall built from something. There was a minority of voices demanding a drastic solution, and although the notion was never considered in earnest, it was certainly heard. After an unintelligible part, it continues. This month has seen the fourth skirmish at Hunger Woe Wall. As more and more citizens are sent beyond it, the sick become harder to contain. Legionnaires speak of unnerving physical and behavioral changes amongst those afflicted the longest. There's a brief talk of mushroom farming before the topic becomes the affliction again. Hunger Woe Wall no longer serves a purpose except for maybe containing the very worst cases, but has spread to the entirety of Tectum Kelvar. Those who remain healthy lock themselves away in their homes. The streets are loud with the increasingly inhuman wails of the sick. There's no inscription for a few days, and then it goes on. The city has entered a state of civil war, fighting each other, and everyone tries to purge those stricken by the hunger woe. Even in their weakened state, some of the afflicted manage to fight back. Fearfully effective hordes. Praetor Davius led a group of legionnaires to the great gate, hoping to escape to the surface, despite what horrors could await him there. He was slain by his former superior, Centurion Stagio. A wholly unreadable part decimated by mold. Mercy gods, now we know what they eat! Short prayers followed, the writing becomes more and more erratic, and then, Fire high above and down below, exalted songs of torment in the dark, laughter in the depths, gifts of destiny in the cradle. The tempest bestows cherubs on the unseeing. Come hither, thee all, the feast is prepared. And there the inscription ends. Only slabs of stone left empty follow. You have read the account, for better or for worse. You cannot help but shiver. Though the text is incomplete and vague at best, it is quite clear that the inhabitants of Tectum Kelvar were beset by some unnatural disease, or maybe madness, that transformed them and turned them against each other, wiping them out in the end. You've seen enough. It is time to leave this accursed place. Oh, 10 insight. Before starting the ascension, you take a few stone tablets that are carved with pre-calamity writing. They might fetch a good price for the right buyer. Not wishing to tarry any longer in such an accursed place, you do not sweep the premises very thoroughly. It is a long, wearisome ascent back to the top, forever looking over your shoulder, climbing higher and higher. Eventually, you reach the precipice you had looked down from, panting and sweating profusely. It is good to be back in the daylight such as it is. Sick! That went way better than I thought. I'm glad we decided to go down on a whim. Yeah, we learned the fate of the Kelvarites. And then I assume we can go report our findings on the source of discord. Maybe that's the end of it? Or maybe we have to come back here and exterminate ghouls. I do not know. But for now, let's pause the episode. If you guys enjoyed, and I hope you did, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Vagrus the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel and make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody!